Hello, Ken. Can you tell us about your recent operation, how it really knocked you for six, from hospital?
Oh, did it knock me for six? It sure did. I came close to losing my life twice. I was self-admitted into hospital after having received a CAT scan report suggesting that I had possible bowel cancer, and it got to the stage I didn't know where to put myself. I admitted myself to hospital, and the next 5 days I don't remember. I came out of it and found that I'd had two surgeries, one following the other, 6 hours difference between one. The first one failed. I'd had to go in, cut a second hole in my stomach, and did the second surgery, and that's what I nearly never pulled through, according to the surgeon later. He said, "You were lucky to be here." Following that, they did what hospitals do, tried to mobilise me again and get me into a chair. Their first attempt at doing that, my pulse shot through the roof and I was dragged in front of a mask. The mask was dragged in front of me, and I was under that for nearly 2 hours, and my life was threatened again. Having come through that, several days later I was moved from the intensive care unit into the surgical ward. I woke up in the middle of the night and I was coughing blood. I'd had the problem with a pulmonary embolism which is when they put the mask on me, and they'd overcorrected for blood clotting, and now I'd had a lesion between my lung and my heart, and I was coughing up blood. So it was a very sorry story all told. So when I came home from hospital after 5 weeks, I was very run down, very loss of energy, very lacking in energy, I should say, generally worn out. I shifted to different foods from hospital foods and was very glad to be rid of those. And so I felt that I was progressing, and I feel sure that I was. I went and saw the surgeon. He was very happy with my progress. He was quite amazed at the difference, having not seen me for a month from the time I was last in hospital. And generally, I was feeling a lot better. Then Richard came along and gave me some light sessions, and the difference in a very short space of time has been absolutely incredible. How do I describe it? To say amazing is not descriptive enough. I feel more alert, more alive, more conscious of my surroundings, more in touch with life than I've been in a long, long time, even before I went to hospital. It's amazing. I know I've got a long way to go. My energy levels are still down. My surgeon explained that would take some time to recuperate, but the light sessions that Richard has given me has just been amazing.
Well, what we saw, Ken, was we did some HeartQuest monitor readings, and when I started, you were running very, very low. So your whole overall, health was running around 16% out of.
That surprised me to know how low I was, Richard. I really did, because I was feeling better, as I said, but when you showed me how low I was, I thought, wow. It was only then that I realised how low I'd actually been in hospital and made sense of what the surgeon had told me, that I was lucky to be here.
Exactly, and then after 3 light sessions, it went up to 61%, and we actually saw a reversal in your biological age of 28 years, which was nothing short of astounding. And so can you just explain about your sleep, what it was like before the light sessions and what it was like, the 2 nights that you had with the light?
Well, I'd been sleeping what I thought was reasonably well. I had to get up and attend to the problems that I had following the surgery on a reasonably regular basis during the night, and I was up 5 and 6 times a night. But after the light session, I was able to get through the night only getting up twice. And that to me was just amazing as well, because obviously I was getting a better sleep and probably in a deeper sleep. So I was very impressed with that, and as I said, just feeling more alive and alert than I've been in a long time, and probably that's because of getting better sleep as well.
Exactly. Also, you've had plenty of experiences with the Lucia lamp, single, and I've been working you with the twin lamp of the Pandora star. Can you cross-reference the difference between the 2 lamps?
Well, superficially they're the same. They throw psychedelic lights at you, and in a sense the experience is very similar. And of course with the soundtrack, which is independent of the lights, the similarity is more acute. Having said that, the double lamps and the intensity of it. When you first tried it on me, I had to ask you to back off because it seemed too intense. And yet, once I'd gotten used to it, after the first session, I asked you to increase it. It just felt so comfortable. And you did increase it, I believe, and I just felt totally comfortable. Despite the fact that there was double intensity of the light, it didn't trouble me at all. In fact, I think the second session I went to sleep during it. So obviously I was even more relaxed than even the first time, even though the light was of greater intensity. So no, I'd absolutely recommend the two lights. It just worked wonders for me, and the results speak for themselves.
They certainly do, and something I regret I didn't do, Ken, was to take a photo of you before I started a photo now, because your whole face, energy, countenance, colour, brightness, demeanour, now compared to when I first saw you, is like chalk and cheese.
Don't tell my surgeon that, he won't believe the change. He thought he'd seen all the changes I was going to make.
Well,
but no, I'm pleased to hear that comment from you, Richard, because that's just amazing.
Wonderful. Well,
thank you so much.
You're a great testimony. Thank you, Ken.
My pleasure.